So something that I have to watch with my clients and actually myself is the lies that we tell ourselves. And there are plenty. You know, a lot of the time, most of the time they're actually unconscious. People aren't even aware that they're doing it. It kind of comes across in their behavior. And what science and research has shown is that, you know, our thinking is directly related to how we feel, and it's directly related then to our behavior, which determines our results. So, you know, being aware of your thinking, which essentially in this case we're talking about the lies that you might be thinking about yourself. So there's three common ones that I've seen with really smart people that you think wouldn't have it. The first one is, that's just the way I am. And that's a lie because people use it in the context of, well, I can't change. That's just the way I am. You know, I've got a bad temper, sometimes lose it with staff, or I shout at staff. That's just the way I am. Or, you know, I've always worried. That's just the way I am. And that's a fallacy. It's a lie, because the reality is that you're a collection of habits. Okay? Now, the hardest habit to break is yourself, without a doubt. I know, because I've had to break it many, many times. One time in particular, it nearly broke me completely. But actually it was a good thing. And that's when I realized actually we can change, but we have to understand first of all that we might be telling ourselves a lie, thinking that we can't. And it's important that we kind of flesh that out. So it's just the way I am. That's a definite lie. The second one is, that looks really good, but I just don't have the time to do it. Now that might be in relation to doing a course or a program or working with somebody like me or somebody else in this kind of field. And I'm just too busy right now, so I just don't have time to do it, but it looks good. That's also a lie, because the reality is that the best people that I've ever worked with, something I learned from them was they always make the time for stuff that's going to move the dial for them. They always make the time. So, and these people would have had like many, many more excuses than me to say that they were too busy. You know, we all have 24 hours in a day, but some people just use that time dramatically differently. And a lot of it comes down to the mindset of what's most important, and I'm going to make the time. And if you can't afford the time to kind of do things that are going to help you, then there's a problem. There's a problem. And then the third lie is, I'm right, you're wrong, or they're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong, or they're wrong. And I see this quite a lot with a lot of leaders who are very successful and very good at what they do, actually. But very often their success has become a barrier to future success. Why? Because in a way their ego is kind of getting in the way without realizing it. Because if I'm kind of going, well, I know how to kind of achieve success, which fair enough might be based on experience. But if it means you shut off the possibility of hearing something new, so I'm right, you're wrong, for a lot of leaders can be a major problem, because it blocks off hearing something new. Whereas at least if you can kind of realize that filter is there, and it is a lie, because there's no way you're always right. There's no way you're always right. And in today's world, today's fast-paced, digital, disruptive world, the key is to get diversity of think into your mind. Diversity of thinking and diversity of experience, diversity of opinion. But the mindset of I'm right, you're wrong is certainly not the way to start getting better perspective, and it's certainly not the way to build better relationships, which are key to the future of what you're probably trying to create. Anyway, you may not agree, but that's food for thought. There are three lies that I've definitely experienced. There's lots more. I might share them here in time. Thanks for listening.